Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to Centurion's Review, the punk rock band of wargame review institutions. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. This is Necromancer, a fantasy game for 2 players from Steve Jackson Games. This was printed sometime in the 1980s. This might be one of the ones that they're re-releasing with a successful Kickstarter they just had, but let's see what this is all about. Necromancer is a fantasy game for 2 players. Each player becomes a necromancer, a powerful wizard controlling the forces of the undead. As their skeletons and zombies battle, the necromancers use their powers to take control of enemy units. The goal to find the mystic jewels of power and destroy the enemy necromancer. A unique combat system varies the power of a player's troops according to the number of units he controls. The more undead you control, the weaker each unit is. All counters are back printed, blah blah blah. Alright, let's see what's in here. That sounds kind of cool. So if you have a huge army, each skeleton is a little bit weaker. So this, I bought this used. It looks like the other guy already cut out most of the counters, but that's okay. Looks like the artwork is really simple on them. Doesn't look particularly good. It's just got a letter in the top left corner and a number. I assume the number is probably the strength. And it's got some counters that look like they're diamonds or jewels or something. Let's take a look at the map. It's a paper map. It doesn't look bad. It's got something here where it shows you what direction each die roll is, and then shows where north is. I don't know if this is like cabin or caverns or what, but it doesn't look bad for the 1980s. Looks okay. It says 1983, so. See what else is in here. Assembled by KLC. Box is hard plastic. I kind of like these boxes they used to have. Let's take a look at the advertisement. Advertising Fire and Movement magazine. I bought a bunch of those from my friends. They have nice reviews of a lot of the old games in it. Advertisement for Space Gamer. And here's the rule book. Alright, it says it's designed by Alan Varney. And starts going over the components. And here it looks like some kind of terrain effects chart. Or terrain key, rather. Then it talks about the counters. Number of dots shows the number of units, so this represents 3 units, and the number is the movement allowance, and the letter is the initial and silhouette showing unit type, so I assume S means skeleton. Now it's going over how the game is played. It's got a sequence of play here. I don't see a sequence of play. Oh, here's the sequence of play. First one is count units. Count all the friendly units. Total them into a single figure and consult the conversion task to find out how powerful they are. And then it's the movement phase. And attempt conversion. So it looks like you can convert undead that your opponent controls onto your side, or at least attempt to, and then it has combat and search, where search is where you search for the jewels, and then check for miasma conversion. Friendly units in the miasma are subject to miasma conversion effects. Roll on X1 column on the conversion table. Interesting. And now it's going over movement, converting enemy units, combat. And terrain effects on combat. That must be pretty simple because it doesn't look like there's too much of a variation of terrain there. And the miasma, it's a magical cloud of mist that carries within it the jewel of power. And here it's going over the jewels of power, which is what you're trying to get. And then it's going over scenarios. There's a standard scenario conversion scenario. So there's 2 scenarios and then some optional rules. So it sounds like a pretty simple game. Let's take a look at the charts here. Combat results table, jewel table, search table, fixed unit abilities, conversion table, and conversion track. Looks like whoever owned it before me made a bunch of photocopies for each player. It's got quite a few. How many players does this have? Let's say on the back. Don't see it anywhere. Oh yes, for 2 players, so it's just a 2-player game. Anyhow, it looks kind of interesting. I'll try it one of these days and let you guys know how it is. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please click like on the video, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. And as always, have a good evening.